Blink Publishing presents The Boys of Winter, the 2003 Rugby World Cup, told by those who were there. Written by Lawrence Dallaglio and Owen Slot, and read by Paul Thornley with Lawrence Dallaglio and Owen Slot.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the audiobook of The Boys of Winter, which is England's 2003 Rugby World Cup win as told by the team. Specifically as told by me, I'm Owen Slot, and as told by Lawrence Dallaglio, who is here with me now. So we thought we'd preface the audiobook by introducing it a little, saying why we've done it and what you might expect in the hopefully entertaining hours of listening ahead. So, Lawrence, how are you doing?
I'm very well, very excited to be narrating or being part of the audiobook. For those who perhaps don't read quite as well, this is the way forward.
Yeah. And should we talk a bit about how this started? What do you remember from the beginning when we pieced it together at the beginning?
Well, I remember it being quite a daunting prospect. You and I have written a few books over our many years that we've been alive, and they take a lot of hard work. And this one in particular was quite a challenge. Exciting, but challenging, because the nature of the book is that we wanted to reach out to so many different people, 31 of the England rugby players that brought back the World Cup in 2003, and many of the management, the coaching staff. So I remember it being quite a daunting prospect.
So when it started, you were kind of like the logistics man, lining up all your old teammates for us to speak to, which I thought was brilliant fun. And I remember you got Martin Johnson and a crowd of the Leicester boys all together in pretty much week one. And I thought, this is going to be a breeze. Lawrence just needs to pick up the phone and everyone just jumps to his attention.
Well, you obviously realise that I'm deeply popular within the England squad. How popular, depending on how quickly people responded. But
we clearly worked out who weren't your mates by the end.
No. It's nothing to do with that. I mean, actually, there is this sort of belief, maybe from our listeners, that 20 years ago we won the World Cup, and we sort of live and breathe and see each other all the time. I mean, the reality is that we've only got together once in the last 20 years as a collective group, and that was on the 10-year anniversary. And you might bump into the occasional player that you play with, or you might speak to them, but people's lives move on. I mean, yeah. I sort of liken it to if you got married when you were 18, you obviously have your immediate family and friends around you. If you had the same marriage when you were 28, how many of the people would be on the same guest list? And the reality is, apart from your friends and your immediate family and parents, not that many, really.
I think you're being hard on yourself, Lawrence. Everyone wants to stick with you. But I remember when we met with Jason Robinson, and he was exactly as you said. He was going, I haven't seen you for ages, and two, I haven't talked about 2003. And that's one of the things that struck me as quite interesting is maybe it's sort of slightly an English kind of repressed thing, but you guys don't. Unless you're at dinner and you're sort of wheeled out to talk about it, it's not something that you're still chatting about between each other.
Yeah, I mean, people have got different views on this. Life is about moving forward. Every day is another day, and sports at the highest level always teaches you to learn about things that have happened previously, games, and take the positives and the negatives out of those games and move forward. So for many of us in 2003, it wasn't the end of our rugby careers. It might have been a new chapter in our lives, that's for sure. But sports at the highest level is about looking forward all the time. And when you retire, we all feel hopefully deeply proud of what was achieved in 2003, which hasn't been achieved since that famous night in Sydney. But it's not something that you constantly want to talk about, because you have to move forward with your life. And I said part of the challenge of winning a World Cup is that everyone who meets you wants to talk about 2003.
Yeah. Well, let's just so for listeners, the way the book is constructed is Lawrence and I attempted a road trip, if you like. Quite a lot was done on Zoom for obvious reasons, but the idea is to go around on a journey around the whole team of 2003, and we wanted to retell the story with the benefit of hindsight, and I think it's fair to say that people remember it, or what they're happy.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?